Recording in progress.
Hola, hola, un saludo para todos los que están
Hello, everyone.
conectados en esta sala de entrenamiento, esta
Greetings to
sala de
everyone
Zoom.
who's connected
Para
in
mí
this
realmente es
Zoom.
un honor poder estar conectados,
It's an honor for me to be connected with you this
poderlos
morning,
saludar en todas las esquinas del mundo, saludarlos
to
desde
be able to greet
Colombia,
you in every single corner of
continente de
this
África,
continent,
continente de Asia, de Europa.
in Africa and Europe.
Realmente para mí es un honor poder entrenar
This,
esta
for me,
mañana,
is an
poder
honor to
compartir
be able
esta mañana para cada uno de ustedes,
to
porque sé que hay
share
algo
this
que Dios
training
va a
with
hablar.
you.
Sé que al salir de todos los espacios del sistema que hemos estado conectados,
We
cada
are
uno de
being
nosotros
connected
tenemos que
in
empezar
every
a
single
ejecutar
one
acciones que sí o sí nos van a llevar
in these
al siguiente
actions
paso.
to take you
Ejecutar
to these
acciones que sí o sí nos
results,
van a pasar a ese siguiente nivel, nos
to see the
van a
steps that will take you to the
permitir
next step
crecimiento
and open
exponencial
this
en estos
bridge
meses y
in
cada
these new
uno de los que estamos
few
listos
months
para ir a esos altos rangos,
to be
podamos
ready
comenzar
to
a
reach to those
ejecutar.
higher
Bienvenidos a
ranks.
este entrenamiento, sean
So
bienvenidos
be
a
welcome to
esta
this
nueva sala
training.
de Zoom,
Welcome to
donde realmente vamos a tocar un
this
tema
Zoom.
que para todos los que estamos aquí conectados,
We're going to be
es muy
talking
importante
about something
empezar
really
este
important for every
entrenamiento
single
a
one of us
profundizar
to go deeper and deeper
a un tema que se ha utilizado
to
durante
these
años en la
subjects,
industria del network marketing, se ha utilizado
in
durante
these
años
marketing subjects,
en el
and to
marketing
be
para el
able
crecimiento
to
exponencial a
go
través de
further
relaciones.
and
Y es
even
el tema
in
que
a
es
more
muy
successful
importante
place.
porque sé que
And we
muchos
want
de
to
ustedes
share
están hoy en su celular,
we want to
están
share this
hoy
schedule,
en su celular
and please
realizando
be
cosas
sure
que
to be
pueden
taking
generar
notes
un crecimiento explosivo.
so you can have all the advices that we're going to give you and
Del
share with
poder de la
you.
duplicación, vamos a hablar
We're going to
sobre
talk about the power of duplication.
nosotros como entrenadores o como personas que estamos dentro de la
We as
industria,
trainer and the ones
necesitamos
that
todos
are
los
in
días
this
para poder llevar un
in this
crecimiento a las
industry,
personas que están llegando a
we
nuestra
are trying to
comunidad,
take you
para
to the
poder
next level and take your
empezar
community to the next
a
level,
darle
and
ese
to begin
crecimiento, darle ese mensaje a
with
las
this
personas que
growth,
están
this
llegando
potential growth
a
that
comprender de manera real
we
cómo
want to try to take to our
pasar
community,
de uno a
and
dos
how to pass
hasta llegar a ese punto dentro de los
this
procesos
rank
de
to
negocios
from
y de
2 to
crecimiento
the third
exponencial
level,
que
and
cada
so
uno de
on.
nosotros manejamos. Llevo 10 años en la industria de network marketing,
I
comencé
have 10 years
y
in
el mensaje que
this
recibí
marketing
hace 10
business,
años fue súper claro de una persona que ya
and
sabía
the message I received it from someone that already knew something from the
en su
subject,
última compañía, en la
and
última que abrí una compañía de producto. Y él me dijo algo cuando me conoció y fue, Saris, si tú quieres
he
tener
told
un
me about
crecimiento explosivo, si quieres
if you
tener
really
éxito
want
exponencial,
to
si quieres ser líder de
well,
líderes
if
en
you
tu
really want to be
industria,
successful and you want to be diamond
algo
from the
definitivamente
diamonds,
lo
you
debes
have to
hacer.
be something
Y es
special
esto,
and you need
y
to
es
learn
esto
something
precisamente
special.
lo que es la
And
palabra
I
clave,
want you guys
irnos y
to
obsesionar
understand
tanto
and
de
actually
cómo se
learn
relacionan
this
las personas.
this
Y
skill,
cuando tú entiendes el poder de la
because when
duplicación,
you
no solo
understand the
trabajas en
power of
marketing de
duplication,
duplicación,
and I want you
empiezas
to really
a
focus on this
ejecutar
word, the power
acciones
of
exponenciales,
duplication, I
acciones con
really
mayor
want
exponencialidad
I want you
y
to
esa
have more
persona siempre se va a
exponential
dar cuenta que
power
cada
to
persona
growth.
que va llegando se va
And every
volviendo
single
una líder
person
exponencial.
that
Esa
comes to your
persona se vuelve con
community
mayores
will
habilidades,
be, well,
mayor
part of your
sabiduría,
community,
mayor
and you
acción
have
y todo se
more
puede
speed, more
potencializar.
growth, and more
Y
power.
con todo esto, obviamente vamos a generar un crecimiento explosivo a profundidad. ¿Qué es lo que
And this
buscamos
will take you
nosotros?
to have a
¿Qué
more
es
explosive
lo que tú
growth.
vienes a buscar en la industria de network marketing? Y claramente
What is
todas las
what you are
personas que
seeking in
están
this marketing
conectadas, y tú
community?
estás respondiendo ahí detrás de la pantalla en tu mente, están conectadas a mejor calidad de vida,
Every single
tener
person is
más
connected
tiempo,
to
sí, tener más tiempo, tener
some
más
desires
desarrollo
like
disponible financieramente para
having
desestresarse, tener un
new
estilo de vida.
financial
Y
growth,
en la industria,
some
como,
stability.
como a los
And
negocios
in this
tradicionales,
industry,
siempre
in
estamos enfrentando
difference with the traditional
esa misma
marketing,
meta o ese paso
we are
de
actually trying to
digamos
take
que casi que
this,
todos con las mismas metas, con las
to take
mismas
it to the next
expectativas,
mile and have the next mile so we can
que
grow,
empieces a
you know,
comprender que sí o sí vas a lograrlo,
in a
que sí o
different
sí vas a
manner.
llegar, pero vamos a
So you
poder
have to change a little bit on your thinking
conectarnos con la
so you can
alineación
actually go to
correcta
that place where you're actually really, really
y las cosas
successful.
se llegan a
And
presentar
so
de
you
manera
can
correcta.
connect to other people and actually help them also to grow with our community. So please take notes, have your cell phone, have a paper sheet, everything. So this is kind of something like the Minions movie. So you can have actually all your community to help you out, and they are actually something that maybe we're going to be the same as a group, but every single one of us have different skills and we're individuals helping out as a group. So we can actually help the community to be successful and be successful well. So we can let that your community gets all the skills that you have, so you can impregnate them with those skills and that personality. Then we can gather all our voices into one single tone, so we can all be thinking in the same way, in the same goal. It doesn't matter where you are. It doesn't matter if you are an Australian, Russian. The point of this is that we are speaking the same language and sharing the same goal. I want to give you some concepts. I want to give you some definitions. I know that is different time zones, but let's share and see these concepts. We have to start thinking this conversation and start having this conversation. Stop seeing the people as numbers, as clients. See the people that is coming to you as part of you and part of Decentra, and see them as an ally rather than just a client or just a number, because these are the people that will help you out to grow your community and have your exponential growth and, well, your success and also their success. Because the power of the application will generate from within, from your thoughts, not just some actions or random actions. It's something that starts from within yourself. Look, I want to work with you. I want you to teach me and take me and carry me to being as successful as you are. I want to have the things that you have. I want to be as successful as you are. So that's when you talk to them and you can see what are their needs, and you can actually help them to fulfill those needs and help them to be successful. So when you have newcomers that they're not as skilled in this kind of business, they start having some doubts about how much they pay you or stuff like that. Well, you have to start changing the subject, not because you don't want to answer, but mostly because you have to change the way of thinking from the people. So you are not seeing this as a client or as a customer. You want to see them as an ally, and you want to help them so they can help you. So you start changing the kind of questions they have, the doubts they have, in order to change the way of thinking, because we always have to talk in plural. It's not like I have to do it, it's we have to do, we need to do, because you have to make them feel like they are part of something greater, something bigger. So you have to change that way of thinking and change it into the power of the application. So you can rephrase the question. You have to change the words that they are asking, so they can change also the way that is not something that will be for themselves, it's going to be for part of the group. Because in this place, we are going to treat you as equals, because there will be some classifications on the ranks, but we have to see them as equals, because at the end, we're still people. And as a cluster of people that are gathering in the same place, in the same goal, and you have to start from within yourself to change the outside. So as a leader, you have to have this connection to every single member of your community.
un networker o un profesional, eso lo vamos a dejar para más adelante, ahorita vamos a profundizar en eso, sino que está llegando principalmente una persona donde yo debo
Because
llegar a
you have to stop seeing them, like I said, not just for the profession, their title, their rank, but because they are a person, and have to see them that they are their cluster, and we have to see this important growth in the power of.
Coge lo mejor de tu línea de auspicio, imprégnate y empieza a impregnar en los demás. Y ahí es donde llegan las personas a tu equipo y empiezan a decirte, bueno, Sara, ahora qué debo hacer, qué debo aprender.
So there will be some doubts about this, but the main thing is to be
Y es ahí donde debes estar
thinking in the power of the application, and you have to be thinking about
en el momento que tú empiezas a prospectar, a contactar.
when you start prospecting or profiling the person into your community, because this will be a key so that the person that comes to your community will help you to grow faster, and you can also help them to grow faster into the ranks.
Todo lo que he aprendido en estos 10 años en la industria, dentro de la aplicación, pero voy a ser muy certera en los puntos específicos para
I want to be really, really specific into these steps so you can help your community and yourself to grow higher in your ranks and in your community. So this will help you to have an exponential and explosive growth.
que la persona arranca en el proyecto, desde que ya está en el proyecto y le dices, bueno, baja tu back office, esto se hace así, ahí no empieza la duplicación.
The duplication doesn't start with the back office or something else. The duplication starts with basic skills in marketing when you're prospecting or when you're contacting with the next person in the presentation to the task. Then you start seeing and taking the people to the place according to their profiles. And after that, you can see what their skills are, and you can help to gather all the skills from different people. Then you can actually see what their skills are and help them to be in the right place. If you have in a different place, in you have a partner, you have a friend. The last 15 years, I was representing Colombian selection for tracking, and I have different places. I have different phrases in different places in going to different places. And when I got into the marketing business, they teach me these skills that I will be teaching you today. And every single step starts when you start profiling the person, when you see the skills and you see what those skills, the personality are. And when
desde el momento que yo lo estoy llamando en las habilidades básicas, ya lo estoy entrenando para que sean mejor.
Entonces, when you see those skills from those persons, you have to be really, really careful and see what their real skills are. First, I have to contact the person, then see in that connection, we are going to be able to see what those skills are, what skills does that person have, and then I can see where in my community I can let them to operate. Because you have to take really, really serious and you have to be really careful, because the good things always duplicate, but the bad things duplicate really, really fast. So you have to be careful and always be concentrated on the good behavior, because if you start having lies to your team, if you distrust your team and stuff like that, that will spread into your community. You have to be really certain to what you say, what you do, to try to accomplish what you promise, and to always be certain what your goals are and be precise what your goals are, so you can share in those goals with your community. And then with your community, when you already have those skills settled, you can see, okay, what's the next steps for reaching my goal? then I have to take those skills from my community and settle those skills and spread them towards my community. So the first thing is settle with the third voice. What we're talking with the third voice, it's talking about a third person. So he's also listening to the third person's voice to see what are their doubts. When you want to associate with someone and you want to show them the business presentation and you want to actually be precise towards the things that you want to say. So when you have a friend, you will be a little bit more polite when you're with a friend. It will be in a more trusted way. So sometimes with your friends, it's a little bit difficult, but you will be seeing that you have to be confident with the person that you're talking to, and you actually must have that confidence to talk them freely and be precise to see those conversations. And you have to minimize the personal conversation, and you have to be precise giving the information about, well, the business. So you have to teach them to be really, really quick. You have to be really precise giving the information, because sometimes you will be finding yourself giving personal chit chat, and you will miss important time giving the information and talking about the business rather than having a social conversation. So so when you're talking with those person, so when you're talking with your friends and you have a social conversation, then if they reproduce and duplicate those same skills that you're teaching them in the first conversation when you're talking about the business, if they have 1, 5, 10, 20 persons, they will understand that that is the way that they are, well, showing the business, and they will have 2 hours conversation, like social conversation, then talk about business. So that is not the point. You have to be teaching them and showing them that first is the business. And yes, of course, you can have the social conversation, but always focusing on the business. You have to be concrete with what you're saying, teaching them about what is the business, what is the goal that you are sharing. So you can have better results, faster results, and you can be exact and precise with what you're teaching them. So when you teach them those skills and the importance of the speech that you're giving them, well, it starts with you, then they will reproduce it, and that's where the power of the application comes in. So they will have to understand that this is a community, this is a team, this is a family. So you have to give them all the information so they can actually relate to the things and the vision and the values of the company and the business. So this is really, really, really powerful. The third voice is really, really powerful, because this is what will help you to grow your rank and grow your business. So right now, when you start giving them the picture, they see it as a small picture, but you have to see the bigger picture. So the third voice will actually help you out to gather points, because they will see you as the person they want to follow. They will see you as their leader. So you have to actually be really, really careful to those kind of things. And whatever you do, you will just keep going down deeper in your community and deeper in your ranks. This is really important because they will have to relate and identify with yourself. So if they see you as part of something that they can relate, then they will settle to something, they will settle into your community because it's something that they're relating to and they want to get to.
funciona el sistema, apaláncate del sistema. No cojas un libro de Carnegie o no cojas un libro no cojas GoPro. Sí, eso cógelo para ti, ponlo en el taller de lectura de tu equipo y todo lo demás.
They actually come into the training calls because it's something that you really have to settle to these kind of things, so you can actually you can project these skills to those people, because you have to be disciplined to these kind of things, because you can here understand the functioning of the things that are happening, like the ranks, the power of the application. And here you can get all the information that they will need, so they can actually shadow and project all the skills that they have learned with you outside with all the people, and those other people will have other people, and so on, so on. So when you actually help them connect to our service, and they see all the things you are doing, the presentations, English presentations, Spanish presentations, to having all the, you can see how other people in other countries, how they think, how they work, how they act, and you can see it's really powerful, because we will have something in common, and that with that person that you are connecting with, you are connecting to see what the skills and what their goals are, and how they can help you and how you can help them. And then you can see what the things are that they like, what are the things they need, and you can understand what their priorities are, and actually use that into your advantage. And this will help you to get to the ranks we desire and the results we desire. So when you think about ranks, you actually have to think yourself as the highest rank possible, because you will get there. Don't be afraid to get to those higher ranks, and be a little bit ambitious to get to those places, because you will think that this is, oh, that is too much for me, I cannot do it. But you can actually do it by taking these trainings, and so you can get to those places. And you're not a small rank, you're a high rank. And you're programming yourself and thinking yourself that you are a higher rank. So there is no other option. So the next time that you are taking this kind of calls, you will be thinking yourself as a ruby, as a diamond, as an emerald, and you be projecting yourself at these higher ranks. Because if you are teaching yourself that to think in that way, that you will be and you are a high rank, then you will act as a high rank. So in those way of thinking, we have to be thinking in two thoughts. These two thoughts are power of duplication. I'm taking a little bit fast because I have limited time, but I want you to understand that the power of duplication will help you to grow faster. And so you need to duplicate those skills to the person you connect into your community. We have to stop messing around with our time, wasting our time, stop procrastinating, and we have to do the things that we need to do. So you have to take action. You need to start doing the things now, not to the next time. So when I'm programming myself to think I'm myself a higher rank, I have to put those things in this equilibrium. I have to be thinking in these two concepts. The one is the production, and the other, the production is called contact closure. I have to be, the production is to making the call, actually make the contact, and then close the call. So the more I do it, that will be my production. And the potential for production, those are the soft skills. Those are the personalities. Those are their skills. Though there are some people that they are thinking always in numbers. There there are some people that actually think
las personalidades.
of
Cuando las personas tienen un rasgo de
of
la personalidad que no está conectado con los números,
the personality of the person.
proyecto porque ven una oportunidad, tienen un
There's
rasgo de la personalidad pasiva,
they
no de
there
tanto
are some people that will see the profiling or some features to their personality, and they will kind of will relate to those features and say, this person have something that I feel comfortable with and I can relate to. So those features of the personality, that will be something that you can help your community relate and actually help them to grow those personalities, so help them to grow those features. And there are some other people that will be a little bit more still. They will be more like relaxed to um, taking those decisions.
Sí o sí, la producción con la capacidad de la producción.
And we actually have to take these two concepts when you can see the production and the capacity of production. So the capacity is information and the production is the action. So you have to take those two thoughts, those two concepts. If you focus, if you have you focus on the production, if you have your focus on the production, then your capacity is really, really low, but your production is really, really high. You will have and you will need someone that will be helping you all the time.
Y va a empezar a volverse una producción, unas personas que comienzan en el proyecto, pero no se activan dentro del proyecto.
And if you have a higher production but a less capacity, you will have some deficit into your community to help them grow your production, because yeah, your production is high but your capacity is low. And when you see the capacity of your production, you need to actually gather your community and bring more people. So you really need to have those profiling of the person that you want in your community, and you have to have the same quantity of people in your production and your capacity, because your capacity is the profiling of the person that you want to get them into your production team. And I already understand that my community have the skills and what is my goal. When I understand that the third boy is the system and the production, when I understand that everything has to be in a harmony, then when I already settle my community with all my skills, my goals, the production, then I can project the values and virtues that I want to have in my community, so they can also reproduce those same values. Then you can see every single group will project those same values, that same intensity and energy, and that we can feel ourselves part of this community, and that we relate to this community and say, we are Decentra, we are this huge team, this powerful team, because we are being part of this goal and objective seeking team. But the thing is that when you have this community and you already sell your values, your energy, your way of work, and you bring someone new to your team, then they will feel part of this team and not feel like they are alone in starting in this project. And they can also feel like they're being accepted, and actually help them reproduce and duplicate these same values and this same energy. So we actually have to be going a little bit personal and asking them like, hey, how are you? How are you feeling? What you need? And actually help them to grow so they can feel, well, supported. There is something called synergy. And the synergy is just a growing snowball. It's a constant growing snowball going downhill. So you can see like the snowball all the time start like really, really small. But when it starts going down and goes faster and faster, it starts growing and growing, growing, growing.
Pero ahí queda la bola lista hasta que el sol hace de las suyas. Entonces,
And it
esa es
goes
la sinergia.
way too big that nobody can stop it.
Empieza a bajar la
So
montaña y a medida que empieza
so
a
we
bajar,
have to be thinking in that concept. Be the snowball and start the snowball to your community.
esos líderes influyentes.
Then we can actually become those kind of leaders. We are going to have and take that synergy towards all our community members and actually help them to become also snowballs.
Siendo mayor es la responsabilidad a medida que crecemos.
So in the measure that we
Con la profundidad,
so in the measure that we go higher into our ranks, well, we have more responsibilities because our community is bigger. So we have bigger responsibilities, but we have a bigger community.
irresponsable, yo no quiero crecer. Bueno, si quieres llevar tu mente a ese nivel,
You have to take those thoughts from some people that they say, oh, I cannot do this, I'm kind of irresponsible, I don't feel like doing this. Well, you have to take those thoughts and turn them into something better. Like, okay, but you are creative, you have to see the skills and the virtues that that person have and not focus so much on their weaknesses, but more their values and their strengths.
sabes que yo puedo decirle a un gran líder, es que yo la quiero hacer en grande, es porque yo sueño todos los días con hacer.
And
Yo tengo
you have to take yourself seeing those higher ranks and say, you know, I want to make it. I want to become bigger. I want to become more successful. And then I can put myself into that position.
muchos que están arrancando entran con esa misma llave. Entonces,
And you have to take that strength, that fire inside you to actually make it grow and spread it to all your community because you have the fire. And sometimes some people in your community will be like not as into this feeling of fire and hunger for success, and you have to take that part of your fire and share it with them, because that will help you to develop that leadership, that will help you to have a better connection to your community and actually connect with the persons and the people that they are seeking that growth. Then, well, that person is ready for the next step, and that person will be someone that will help you to grow a lot faster because they will help you to share and spread that fire that you have within, that ambition that you have within towards your community.
Dile a la persona que te patrocinó, a tu línea de auspicio, ¿sabes qué? Yo soy una persona que está buscando algo. Tengo la
When you see when you find that person that actually has the hunger, the ambition, the fire that you also have, well, help your community to take this person and actually help them a lot, so they can also see that fire they have, that hunger they have, will grow exponentially, because that will help you to your productivity. Because those are the skills and the tools that will help you to have a more settled community, more strong community. Because some people that when actually wants to do it, but they have those doubts, or they have that kind of etiquette, like I'm an engineer, and there are some doubts when you say, oh, well, I'm an engineer, I don't know how to do this. But you can show them that there are different people with different careers, with different majors, and they are a higher rank. And you can teach them and show them that there are different people with different subjects and different majors, and they also are in this business, because it's not a matter of what they are, but what they want to become. And they can see that every single person, no matter what they are or what they study or what they did, but they can see that all the people can actually do this. They can see and they can relate, oh, maybe there is a doctor, there's an engineer, there is someone from marketing, and they are a successful person in this business. And we have heard from Mr. Jonathan their history of success, and we have to impregnate and see that history from Mr. John, their successful story, their success story, what they did, what he had to do to get to the place where he is right now, and to actually make it part of that history and be part of that history, and to make it our own, to make that same success story, to make it our own. And maybe we can duplicate that same story and say, you know, I started like this, but now I'm doing this and this and this. Because it has to be something natural. It has to be something that you want to relate with. It has to be something that it will come just natural to you, because that will be the part of the community that you are making. There are some people that will be really active, that they're every single time they're participating, they're doing something, and their capacity of production will be a lot higher. In Colombia, we call it repellent, because sometimes sometimes we see this as a repellent, because sometimes we want to be like this kind of people that we want to be active, we want to participate, and we repel those kind of things, but because it's something that we want to have, but we do not have it. But we can actually get there because we can learn from those persons. And you take this person that they're active, that they're intense, they are powerful, and you can actually take this person to teach this other person that might not have those skills, and you can help them to achieve those skills and learn how they do it. We have to actually take this understanding of why we do it. You actually must have a team that can answer why. And when you can answer all the WH question, like what, when, where, why, and all, when you can answer those questions clearly, because you have to take those questions and really remember, and that those values are a part of you. Because today you are connected to this meeting. And don't forget the reason why you're doing this, and the reason and the needs that you have, because that need and the wish and the desire that you have is something that you will gather with your community, because those are the values that you will help to make your team unstoppable. You have to remember there is more a commitment more than a rank. It's a commitment to yourself, to your community, and when you're clear and you have resolve why you are doing this, every single conversation, every gesture that you have, every single thing that you do in your community, you will share them from within yourself, from within your heart, from within your soul. And that's when you seize that opportunity, and when you seize that opportunity, you can make your community. Where are you going? What is your objective, and what is your goal? And because that desire is so big and is so powerful that you cannot miss that objective. You cannot miss that goal. If you consider the checklist from your dream things, your desires, Remember that when you already pay your debts, when you already got your house, when you already bought a new car, remember all those things that you had to do to get to those things, because that will help you to share those same success stories, to share those objectives, those goals.
Y hace unos años yo le dije a las personas que se sentaron conmigo en una sala cuando despertaron mi porqué en grande, que mi porqué es mi mamá, mi porqué son los sueños.
My reason is my mom, and my mom is she's my goal, and every single time I remember why I'm doing this and why I started this, because I wanted my mother to don't have more worries about me, to not worry what I would do, what will happen. And when I remember that when my mother was a little bit sick, and 10 years ago, when I realized that I had and I'm doing this because of my mom, and when I understand that what is my reason and what is my objective and what is my goal, because you have to kind of get obsessed with the idea what you want to accomplish. Because for me, well, I already said it was my mom, but you have to amplify your thinking. You have to amplify your point of view, because it doesn't matter what you do in this life. It doesn't matter if you're an engineer. It doesn't matter if you are a doctor, because what you will have to amplify is your desires and your objectives, and you will renew yourself to make your community. You have to renew the people you're talking to, and you're compromising with those people in your community, and you want to share that vision and share your time, and you make it. And well, there is no going back, there is no backing up, because that fire and that desire that you have will be the fire that ignites every single desire in your community. So we have to be really, really, really thinking about why you're doing this. Because then after you ignite those people's heart, you ignite those people's desire in your community, then that's when the success comes. Because that reason is the thing that will make you real with your community, that they can see you, that when you smile, it's a true smile. It's not like a fake smile or something. It's not that you're being a liar to them, and you're not being, well, someone fake.
Con el sistema, con el equipo, con la línea de auspicio, ahí empiezas a comprender que empiezan a nacer espacios donde ya somos
in your community. When you already settle everything and every single desire of your community, you can gather all those things, all those feelings, all those desires to grow. So maybe you will start a little bit slow, but a little by little you will start getting to someone, getting more people to your community. And maybe you can start with 10, 20, but then that will help you. When you start getting those people, will get you have not 10, but maybe 100 or 200 or 1,000. Because when you connect and you have your clear goals of what you want to get and what you want to do, because you will generate spaces to work within our community, to project those goals to the people outside. Then you will have the opportunity to grow your community, and maybe next year you can be having your speech with all your community and not be people of to 1,000, 2,000, maybe millions of people. So the vision is to always having more people to your community.
No importa, llega al espacio que la empresa está generando para lograr esto que te estoy diciendo. Ese pegamento, esa visión.
Because you will be the one that glues all your community. You will be the main person to your community. And if you want, you need to be in that place that the company is giving you so you can be giving those speeches. Because the information is for you. The information will be to the person that will be there with you. How do you do per 10? If you make 10% amount by $100, that will be $1,000. But the point is to actually make the person to those 10 people will be 100, and those 100 will be 1,000. And that will help you grow your community. But take first a step by step. And after that step by step, you can multiply it times 2, times 2, times 2, times 2, times 2. And you will keep growing little by little. And that little by little, those 2 people will maybe bring another 2 people, and so on, so on. And remember, success never favors the mediocre. Have a great day and see you next time.